Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so some of you already know me. I think I know every single one that is here. So thank you so much for being here. I think we can all benefit from this presentation. And thank you so much, Deborah, for agreeing. And at the end, please stay at the very end of the presentation because we will have a raffle and we'll tell you at the end, but it's value at $100 and or more. So please stay. You are definitely going to fit from it and your team can benefit from it. So stay at the end. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, Miss Deborah.
All right, it's my turn. How lucky am I? Well, welcome to all of you. I'm glad you are here to discover how you can better let go of that thing called stress. I hate to even have to talk about it, but you know what? We live in a world where it is evident. It is almost like a given that it's out there, especially over the last year. Would you agree? Yeah, it has not been fun. And it has created major amount of distress for a lot of people in many, many ways. And that's why Cynthia requested that I do this. And thank you for the reaching out and saying, will you do this? As an acupressurist and Jinshin Jitsu practitioner, Jinshin Jitsu, by the way, is an ancient form of Japanese acupressure. It's predominantly what I do, but I do a whole blend of different modalities. At any one point, I may not be able to tell you for sure what I'm doing. I've studied so much. I've been in private practice for 26 years. And from the get-go, I've also spent a lot of time teaching people self-help. And why? Because when I do hands-on, it works. And thank goodness, I can't imagine not being able to do what I get to do. And I also know that for each and every one of you, you can do some of it yourself. You walk around with these things called fingertips 24/7. So why not learn how to make use of these and be able to access your very own energy? Because when you do, you can help balance it. And that's the key. Your body is an energy system. It has rivers of energy that run through it vertically and diagonally. And all these rivers, these meridians and channels, have many, many, many energy balance points along them. And all the points, it's the same points, by the way, acupuncturists use for their needles. I just do touch instead of needle, same concept. But all these multiple points, every single one has a purpose, a reason for being. And the pathways themselves have reasons for being. And they want to fulfill it. They want to make sure that the body that you are is in a state of balance and harmony, so you can be better prepared for anything you're going to ask this body to do, and better prepared for anything that might come at it. Let's face it, we don't plan on stress, but just like I was saying, we live in a world where it is evident. Darn it all. And we don't plan on illnesses, on ailments, on injuries. We don't plan on that thing called accidents, but they happen. So when your body is in a state of balance and harmony and more able to be there for you in all ways, shapes, and forms, wouldn't that make you and your body much, much happier? And in that scheme, a heck of a lot healthier. And in that place, it's all about resilience. It's about walking around in a body that is so happy, so comfortable, so ready to take care of you that it can't imagine anything else. So I love teaching self-help because I believe each and every one of us has the ability to do the work. We just need to be shown a technique that's easy to learn, okay? Easy to remember, and easy to get around to doing because the benefits are noticeable. And guess what? It is so noticeable that when kids learn this, they keep doing it. Yes, 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 16-year-olds, college kids, they notice such a difference that they can imagine not doing it. And if that's the case, why wouldn't we as adults make it available to our very own selves, to our own friends and family members and colleagues, to your team at work? Because when as an individual, are in a state of balance and harmony, and those around you also are, guess what? Energy is shared. Einstein said E equals MC squared. Everything's energy, and energy wants to move and it wants to change. And when it's changing, it is reflected not only within you, but outside of you, reflected to those around you. And then all of a sudden, things happen. That's why I teach workplace wellness programs. That's why companies look at what can we do for the team to get the team to be better partners, not only with their own selves, but with the team as a group. Because then there's cohesiveness, there's availability for things to happen. So from the get-go, so I've been in private practice for 26 years. I have had lots of people from the 20 plus years ago say, will you just teach a workshop? Because I was always giving self-care guidance. So I developed my first workshops. And from that point on, I recognized I had at my fingertips an energy balance flow that I wanted to share. It's a 9-step flow, and I call it the daily clean your house flow. It recognizes that the body you walk around in is your house. And if you clean it out every day, get rid of the dust bunnies and cobwebs, you're going to be better prepared for what you're going to ask it to do and better prepared for what might come at it. So this is the same flow pattern I teach kids, and that teachers teach their kids and parents teach their kids. And a couple years back, it was a group of teachers who said, will you just create a real program? And I created an animated video of what I'm going to show you. And in fact, if you go to my website, deborahmyerswellness.com, right off the bat, you'll see a pop-up that comes up that says COVID-19 Stress Buster. And since last March, when the pandemic hit, you can now go on my website and see the whole 6.5-minute video in its entirety and make use of it. It used to be just the first 90 seconds. When the pandemic hit, I said, this has got to be seen by any kid, any parent, any teacher, any healthcare provider, anyone who is in search for finding a way to let go of stress and boost their immune system. And that's why you're here today, right? So the daily clean your house flow, 9 simple steps. And I'm going to show you them now. And then your handout that you don't have to look at now because it's all going to go in your notes. You don't even have to take notes. There's going to be a lot of points, and we're not going to get through them all today. And it's with that in mind that I want to share with you before we go any further that if you are really, really, really wanting to learn more, and this is like literally what we're going to talk about today is the tip of the iceberg. I am now posting in the chat a way for you to learn more, because can you tell I love teaching this and I haven't even gotten started. So the very first step of the daily flow is to give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug. Light, gentle touch, anywhere from your elbows on up. And right off the bat, just take a moment, feel it, and breathe. Are you already noticing? I know I didn't do a base level check, but you know your bodies. You know who you walk around in here. Do you feel your breath expanding? Because it already is. I'm getting thumbs up. Hallelujah. Just breathe into this. Give yourself a love hug. And what you're doing is connecting with an energy balance point that connects with lungs, heart, diaphragm, and with an energy balance point. This is the kind of stuff I teach in the upcoming workshop, by the way. It's all the way back there. And it's really hard to reach, but you don't have to. You can reach right here. And that energy balance point back there in Jin Shin Jitsu is number 10 in the 26 points. When it gets into a state of balance and harmony, you have the ability to access limitless life power. Wow, take that one in and chew on it. Giving yourself a hug is telling your body you love it. And when it feels the love, you know what it has? it has immediate reciprocity action. That's my phrase. Reciprocity action. It will give right back to you lots of love, lots of care, lots of joy. So give yourself a hug. Then the next step, every step is just a couple good breaths. It's all it takes. Sit on your hands. So yes, sit on your sit bones, fingertips pointing up. And when you're there, you're connecting with an energy balance point that's all about vitality. So if this brings breath into your body, this brings it to every cell of your being. And did you just notice, by the way, that you immediately went into a better lumbar curve? Got it? That is huge. Like that, you improved your posture and your alignment. Now I'm going to mirror you. The next step is to continue sitting on your left hand. Have your right hand come to your left shoulder, about where your neck and shoulder come to. Light, gentle touch. Don't have to go deep. Don't have to go firm. Don't have to have pressure. This is where all the efforting goes right out the window. And guess what? There's also no perfect. Throw that out, because there's no wrong, so there's no right. It's where your fingertips land, which means right now could be different what it is 2 hours from now or tomorrow. And I hope you do this tonight and tomorrow and beyond, because I want you to discover how easily it is to take care of yourself. Now, this connects with energy balance points now that are taking all the energy through the back of the head, the neck, the shoulders, the back, the sacrum, and all the way down and out. And then switch to do the other side. This works so well that it actually helps to prevent injury. Because what you're doing is opening up energy balance point that expand the system to create space for you to move. So it's working with muscle, ligament, tendon, skeletal system, continuing to work with breath. And your body, energetic body, is not aware what you're going to ask it to do. So just always be prepared. So this will help. Imagine sitting in front of a computer. Imagine working out in the yard, vacuuming, standing at the sink, washing dishes, taking a hike, bicycling, exercising, you name it. Do this before you go to your activity, right before you start or in the middle of it. And all of a sudden your body says, I've got the message, I'm going to move. The next step is to cross your hands and hold opposite inner thighs. I'm going to move my screen down so you can see where I am, just like that. And when your fingertips are there with light, gentle touch above your knees, anywhere in that area, you're connecting with an energy balance point that's all about digestion. Now, not just digestion of food for nutrient, digestion of everything. Think about the words we use. When we talk about new ideas, concepts, beliefs, attitudes, information, you name it, what do? We take it in. We chew on it. We might taste it, might even salivate over it. Unless we've decided we don't want it, we'll spit it out. Spit out those words. If we decide to keep it in, we're going to swallow it. And then we're going to move it through. And then we're going to process it and we're going to stomach it. And we have to do all those steps to adequately digest it, to be able to assimilate it or eliminate it or some combination thereof. Everything we take in, we ingest and we digest. Got it? So cross your hands, hold your opposite inner thighs. Anytime you have information, whatever, to process. Then the next step is to cup your palms on your calves. So it looks like this. Can you see what I'm doing? And when you're there, right on right, left on left, you're accessing energy balance point that's all about the letting go, about elimination. And again, yes, on the digestive level, on that physical level, helping the body release. But how about old information, old stuff, old emotions, old patterns? You want to get rid of it? Palm your calves. Now, this is the first time in this 9 steps that you are maybe doing something that is noticeable If you were sitting around a conference room table and decided you wanted to do the daily clean your house flow, you could do the whole thing and nobody would be the wiser until maybe you lean down. So by the way, you can also just hold the outside of your knees. That might be a lot easier. Just right here, right there. When you're there, you're connecting again with letting go, with elimination. Move it through. Get on the other side of it. Repattern. It works so well, by the way, it helps balance the thermostat. Too hot? Too cold? Doesn't matter. The body wants neutral. It'll help you find it. Then the very next step is to place your hands at the base of your skull. Right on right, left on left, light, gentle touch. Doesn't that feel good? When you're here, you're connecting with an energy balance point that's all about consciousness and awareness. It's all about that place of being in a state of openness, readiness. It's also connecting with memory, clarity, focus. It's also a sleep center. Want better sleep? Any of you having sleep issues? This is a one to balance, light, gentle touch. Kids love this because it's immediately like that place of ease, of getting out of their head, of maybe coming up with the right word for that spelling test or whatever the case may be. It's all about creating ease. It feels good. Then the next step is to place your hands on your sternum with your thumbs up against your sternum like so, right, like so. And when you're here, you're connecting with an energy balance area that's all about alignment, alignment with higher consciousness. That's why it's prayer. That's why it's namaste or whatever other words you might put to it. Guidance. It's also alignment of spinal column and alignment of all the energy vortexes in the body, getting everybody to talk to each other on the same page, using the same words. Think about the fact that you are a mix-up of multiple personalities. You thought of it like that? You are made up of so many pieces and parts, and you want everybody talking to each other in good vocabulary, easy to listen to, easy to take information from. And that's what your body wants. You're just giving it the ability to do so. And then the very last step of the daily clean your house flow is to cup your thumbs and fingers one at a time, holding a couple good breaths. That's what all this has been. And each time you cup a digit, you're helping to balance all the energy that's entering and exiting your body. So off and on throughout the day, this is called jumper cable. And it works so well that it actually even helps to balance emotion. I'm not saying emotions are bad because that's what helps us be human. But when the emotions get really, really big and take your breath away or take you out of being able to go forward, would you agree that maybe they're kind of out of sync? A little bit too much, right? We need them because emotion is there to give us information. But when it gets too big, it might not be taking care of us. So I want to share with you how you can get rid of worry fast. Now, this is what really takes the edge off stress. You cup the thumb and let's go of worry. Concern. It's actually connecting with energy balance points that are all about breath. What takes breath away? A huge worry. Instead of worry, let's go with wisdom, okay? And then we get rid of worry fast, F-A-S-T. Let go of the F, fear. It's a big emotion. All of these are important ones. Years and years and years ago, we maybe had some rightful reasons to gain a sense of safety and security. When you're in that place, you don't have as much fear, right? But at some point, we need to let the fear go and have freedom. Okay, so let go of fear. Then the A is for anger. Little did the Japanese know that we'd be holding our middle fingers up in anger. Instead of going there and frustration, let's go to awareness. Again, it's an important emotion. It helps us recognize what is in our way, what we may not be taking care of, what's getting too big, da, 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 da. Go to awareness. And then the S is sadness, grief, another important emotion. They all are. This one is reflective of maybe something we've lost, something we're missing, something we have not regained. And if that's the case and sadness is taking breath away, maybe it's time to get on the other side of it. We need to express the emotion. We need to acknowledge it. We need to determine what it has to tell us and gain from it. And if it's too big for too long, we can mellow it out. Let go of the sadness, and we have synchronicity with self. Then the T is the trying tos. Trying too hard, trying too much, trying to do it all. That place of efforting that's no longer a verb when it becomes a description of how you are. And if that's the case, we have lost trust, and it's time to gain it back. That's the jumper cables, and that's the 9 steps of the daily clean your house flow. And that's what I also created the animated video for, because I believe no matter how old somebody is, no matter what you're doing in the world, how much your world is within you, whatever the case may be, we can do this ourselves to gain a platform, a foundation to come from. Everything else I'm going to show you from now is all about building on top of that. Like daily clean your house flow is the foundation of the house. Okay, now we're going to build the studs, the roof, and see what else we can get together. So a lot of what I talk about when we talk about energy balancing is breath. And you've heard me speak that quite a bit. Now, by the way, there is no such thing as too much self-help. You can do the daily clean your house more than once a day. You can do your energy balance tips that I'm going to show you a lot off and on throughout the day. And most of them only take seconds to do. So what are you going to decide what to do? It takes practice. It takes playing with the information, playing with the technique, if you will, to see what resonates with you. The beauty is that any moment in time can be something different than any time before. So that's why I'm giving you so many tips. So breath. You can hold your thumb, right? That brings up breath. This is all in your notes on the handout. Give yourself a hug. Totally about breath and about calm and about ease and about giving love to yourself. And another one is this one where you make a wing holding your hands at the base of the rib cage and come over to the chest. And literally you are sandwiching your lung. Light, gentle touch. That feel good? You're connecting with breath. You do the other side. You're connecting with lungs, with diaphragm, with lots of energy balance points throughout the upper back and mid back. And you're connecting with the ability to let go. This works so well, it either helps to release a cough or prevent a cough. If it can do that, imagine how it can filter air. And isn't that what we're talking about with the pandemic? So in addition to wearing your mask, do your energy work. I'm blessed to say that the vast majority of my clients and students are not having reactions to the vaccines because they're doing their energy work, even after the second shot. Many of my clients and students, even those that have had allergies in the past, don't experience major allergy attacks because their body is resilient and taking care of itself. The reason I bring up allergies is because we're in allergy season, right? And allergies are nothing but the body's reaction to potential allergens because the immune system is suppressed. We connect with the immune system, it'll be better able to even handle allergies, much less anything else that's out there that your body would prefer not getting. Okay, it doesn't have to get it. Just needs to recognize it for what it is. And then the body says, I know how to take care of you. And this is what I'm going to do. And how it can do that and why it can do that is if you're walking around in a body that's energetically balanced and harmonized, it knows what movement of energy is. It also knows what movement of energy isn't when it's stopped. Your body is made up of rivers of energy, meridians, channels. They want to flow. They want to go smoothly. They want to be available to you. It's what creates the flow of energy, these meridian channels, rivers. And they can do that. But what if something impacts the system? Daily living, stress, tension, habits, emotional upset, trauma, physical injury, ailments, mental confusion, too much thinking, not enough thinking, cluttered thinking, shattered thinking. Any of those ringing true? Any one or two or three or whatever? Okay, whatever. If the consequences of the impact are allowed to sit on the system and not moved out of the way, your body's going to go into reaction. And energetically, those rivers are going to get slowed down, sluggish, jammed up, and start acting and looking like they have beaver dams. And as any beaver dam sits on any river, it changes the flow pattern. It drops the level. It changes the current. It changes how well it can do its job. So what we can do is help unblock the rivers, break open those beaver dams, get them to break apart tweak by tweak, log by log, and then the body can go back to that beautiful current flow where the river is literally within its river banks and able to fulfill its purpose. That's what it wants. And if all your rivers are doing that, and you have multiple of them in your body, did you know you have a meridian, a channel associated with every single organ of your body and every single system, and then combinations of systems? That's a lot. That's why there's so many energy balance points. But the beauty is we don't have to know them all. We can just learn what our body is searching for, to process, to let go, to be available. So there's to filter out the bad air and really kick in your immune system. I want to make sure you know this one. It's so beautiful. It's so easy. Bring your fingertips to the top inside corners of your shoulder blades. So it's in that groove, if you will, that's between your shoulder blade and your spinal column. Do you feel your fingertips sinking into that? Okay. Just light, gentle touch. Feel it getting softer? Isn't that amazing? It's happening already. That is an energy balance point that is connected to your immune system. Continue, and I'm going to mirror you, continue holding your right hand at your right shoulder. Bring your left hand to your left chest, right below your collarbone. Light, gentle touch. You are now bringing the energy of the immune system into every cell of your being. This point right here is all about gathering and dispersal. Gathering in of air, bring it throughout your body as breath. Gathering in of food, bring it throughout your body as nutrient. Gathering in of energy and bring it to every cell of your being, and then switch to do the other side. And I'm willing to bet you are already noticing how much softer the tissue is, how much more your fingertips sink in. It's almost like you've melting butter or melting ice. Too many of us have so much stress through here that, would you agree, it starts feeling like you're growing extra bones? It's not supposed to be bony all the way. This isn't supposed to be bony underneath your collarbone between the ribs. It's supposed to be tissue. You're supposed to have tissue in your neck muscle area. It's not supposed to be all bone, but sometimes it feels kind of bony because it feels hard and constricted and compressed. When we do our energy balancing, like we're doing today, we're actually allowing muscle, ligament, and tendon to soften. It's not losing strength. It's softening. It's allowing the energetic being you are to receive the flow, to receive the breath. Where energy flows, breath follows. Where breath flows, energy follows. So I want you now, Bring your hands down to your thighs for just a moment. And here's another one. Bring your fingertips directly underneath your collarbone right here and just follow that area. And you've noticed where your fingertips go right into that little triangular niche where your collarbone and first rib come together. You feel that? Even with light, gentle touch, okay? Feel that? Now choose a hand. I'm going to use, I'll take your left hand, cup the sternum. So the thumb is on one side and index and middle finger on the other. And bring your right hand to your tummy, directly below your navel. And breathe into that. Bring your hands back down to your thighs. And I want to tell you what we were just doing. We were opening up tension, letting go of tension anywhere through throat, neck, jaw. I can see a couple of you have pretty major tight jaw right here. And I want you to place your fingertips there right now and feel that. What's that feel like? There's some tightness right through here. Would you agree? Yeah. And just go ahead and let your jaw drop and see how easy or how hard that is. Okay? Now, bring your fingertips back to here. Bring your other hand to your tummy. Breathe for a couple good moments. And now I would challenge you to drop your jaw and see how easy it is. Isn't that amazing? And you may even find, for those of you who have real tightness, that you can actually move it back and forth now. Yeah. This works so well. It is phenomenal in the dentist chair, by the way. Just telling you. This works so well. I hate labels. I don't do labels well, but it can help let go of TMJ. That's how much this can make a change happen. Labels, by the way, are simply a description of a condition that your body says is blocked energy. And energy wants to change. It wants to move. It wants to make things happen. So we can actually help let go of conditions and issues. That thing called problems. I don't like that word. You know what word I use? Projects. Because projects are a lot more fun to work with and have a beginning and an end. So this is what you get to do, I hope, from here on, to be a better partner with your body and help it let go of projects. Give it a chance to be able to walk around in a space that's so easy to be in that your body decides, I'm not going to hold on to that stuff anymore. It doesn't have to. It knows it doesn't have to, but sometimes it needs to be reminded. So now I want you to come back to this and notice that top inside corner of the shoulder blade and notice how soft that is. Feel how your fingertips just sink in. That's how quickly your body responds to balancing energy. Now, granted, I see people one-on-one. Used to be totally in person. Now it's a lot. Everything I've done for the last year is Zoom, and I have new clients all over the country. I'm very blessed to say. It's very cool. And what is a realization is that the body can change. So when I work with someone individually, maybe they come to me with a big project or something they really want to change up. But then when they do their daily work, play, their bodies change so much quicker. They're getting more out of all that we're doing together. That's my goal for anyone I work with, is to get from where you are to where you want to be, to walk around in a body that's so happy and so comfortable. It gives you a message right away when it says, I'm building this project and I don't want it. When your body is in a state of that kind of balance and harmony, it will get a message to you that says, it's like it's raising its hand and saying, take care of me. And I'm noticing that there's a lot of great movement going on with some necks right now. This is awesome. Do you feel that change, that difference? That's the beauty. So I keep saying there's no such thing as too much self-help. And story for you real quick is a couple years back now, because it was before the pandemic, I was in line at CVS. And in front of me was a mom and her son. It turned out he was 9 years old. And he happened to be in a classroom where the teacher was utilizing the daily clean your house flow video. It was one of the schools that was using the program. And mom bends down and says, Joey, this is Deborah. She's the one that did the daily clean your house flow video. And he got this beautiful smile on his face. He goes, that's you? And I go, yeah, do you like it? He goes, I love it. I said, really? How often do you do it? And he goes, well, every day it is the daily flow. And then he said, I actually do it more than once a day. I said, really? He goes, yeah, my teacher and the rest of us decided we like it so much, we're doing it after recess too. How beautiful is that? And then he said, I actually do it more than that because I do it at home too. It turned out his mom had noticed such a difference that she'd gotten the video for her home. And I said, really? Why is this so important to you? He looked at me and I said, why have you decided it's so important to do this? What are you getting from it that is good? And he looked down at his feet and he thought, and he says, well, I'm studying better, so I'm getting better grades, right, Mom? She nods. He goes, I'm not sick anymore, so I'm not missing any school. Wow, a 9-year-old said that. And then he said, with his hand on his hip, he goes, and I'm getting along better with my brother now. That's crazy. And then he said, and I'm playing a better game of soccer, so why wouldn't I do it? Is that beautiful? And that's a 9-year-old who's recognizing how awesome it is to walk around in a body that can do everything he wants it to do. If a 9-year-old can accomplish that, imagine what we can do for ourselves. I just challenge you to tell you the truth. So, how many of you have sleep issues? Either, going to sleep, mind chatter maybe, or maybe waking up and going back to sleep is tough, like at 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe, happens a lot. Well, that can change up. So we're going to combine the jumper cable with this one. So remember I said the base of your skull is all about consciousness and awareness. So the beauty is that the body recognizes intention. So you can do this in the middle of the day and you won't go to sleep. It just wakes you up to be aware and conscious. At nighttime, you go to this and it recognizes it's sleep time. This is a potential sleep center. And then after that, you start jumper cabling. And you hold each thumb and finger for at least a couple good breaths. And if you're not asleep by the time you get to the little finger on the second hand, you do it again. And if you're not asleep, by the time you get to the little finger the second time around, you do it again. Most of my clients and students find that it might take 3 weeks to literally break the old pattern, create the new program. But most people say that by the time they've done it, they're into their 3rd or 4th week, that more often than not, they're falling asleep or falling back to sleep before they make it through their first time round. So if you're having sleep issues, sleep project, maybe consider seeing what it would look like. Just maybe, okay? So another big one is to calm the entire nervous system. Any of you feel like once in a while you're kind of on edge? Maybe some anxiousness, maybe some of the not knowing what's coming around the corner. I mean, there's any kind of thing. Some people actually talk about their nerve endings feeling like they're on, like edgy. Some people say that they just feel out of calm. Like calm isn't part of their picture. So this is also in your handout. Hold the base of your skull. I'm really big on that one today, aren't I? And then hold your fingertips at the outside of your wrist. If this is about consciousness and awareness, this point is all about calming the entire nervous system. So it's also, by the way, a potential, another trick, another tool to have in your tool bag for sleep time. Now, what's beautiful, you only have to do one side for it to work. If you want to do the other side, you can. I just suggest you give yourself and your body the opportunity to feel what it's like to be calm. And you know what this is all about? Everything we've been doing is about repatterning, reprogramming, giving your body a new habit, a new way of being, which is really an old way. It's reminding it. And in that framework, imagine what changes you can help take place and create a whole new way of being in this thing called a body you walk around in. That's the beauty of getting around to taking care of yourself. Your handout says, become a partner with your body. It's about reducing stress. It's about resetting your resilience and boosting your immune system. It's about acknowledging that maybe we don't have all the best healthy habits all the time, and that we can actually change that up pretty quickly. We just need to learn a technique that's easy to learn. And that's why I'm offering this upcoming workshop. It starts next Wednesday night. It's 3 Wednesday nights, and it's usually $197. But because you're here with us and Cynthia today, and thank you, Pacifica, for doing this, I'm offering it to you if you decide to join me, and I hope you'll consider it, that your investment in your good health is only $107. So you get a $97 discount. So if you use that code Pacifica 107, okay, you will, when you go to that link at the bottom, it's in the chat column, but you'll also be receiving an email from me that will also give you that information, okay? And for those of you who have registered, you'll also get the handout again, and you'll get the video. I decided to make the video available to you so that you can review the information. I wanted to do that because I wanted you to have the opportunity to really, truly make a difference in this who you are. So real quick, because there were a number of nods that were going on for allergies. Also in your handout is a really simple flow pattern that helps let go of allergies. We're talking sinus congestion. And this will also help with mind chatter, mental confusion, headaches, tightness in neck, any of this, yeah, jaw tightness, all of that stuff. And it's simple. Bring your right hand to the right side of your neck. Imagine there's a line separating right and left side of your body, right through the tip of your nose. Bring your left hand to the left side of your center line, the top of your head, light, gentle touch. A couple good breaths. Now, we're going to go a little bit faster because I don't want to run out of time. You can go as slow as you want. You can do both sides later. And after a few good breaths, you're going to move your fingertips closer to the hairline, closer to the forehead, but still into the hairline. And what you're doing is connecting with lots of energy balance points that are connecting with cranium, sinuses when you get to the forehead on the left side of that center line. Doesn't that feel good? And everything's light, gentle touch. You don't have to go firm and deep. You don't have to effort. Take that one out of your vocabulary. and then bring your fingertips to the inside of the eyebrow. So because of where we are, this also helps with eye tension, tired eyes, dry eyes. And then after that, you're going to bring your fingertips to your cheekbone. I like doing it with my ring finger in that notch between the nostril and cheekbone, and then bring your fingertips right along. Light, gentle touch. This is why it works with jaw tension, but it's also why it works with letting go of sinus congestion, why it helps the body break through allergy symptoms. There we go. Beautiful. And then the last step is going right back to that place underneath the collar. So doing that a couple times a day could really make a difference in how your body reacts to that thing called allergens. It can also help your body break through neck tension. I can tell from a few of you that the tendency is to get tight right there. And that totally makes sense. It's where a lot of us have, our bodies have learned to hold on to stress and to hold on to the weight of the world. That doesn't have to stay that way. Even those who have old projects, old reasons for it, it can change up. And it's relatively easy to help your body make those changes. You just need to show it. And once it's showing, then the body's got the message of energies flowing. You know what the body does better than anything else? It copies itself. So if it copies energy flow, it's going to keep finding ways to flow, 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 change, change, change. If there is blocked energy, usually in energy balance points, because guess what that is? Beaver dams. You know what beaver dams do in your body? Hold on to toxin. We want to help break through the toxin, right? If the body has multiple energy balance points that are blocked and have become beaver dams, that's what the body will copy. That's not a pretty picture. That's where we end up with projects. And what I love showing you is how you and your body together, being partners, can make this huge, huge change take place and get on the other side of it. So it has been a joy sharing all this information with you. I want you to know that, before I forget, that the workshop that is coming up is being recorded as well, the 3-night series. So if you can't attend live, it's at 6:30. I don't think that got put in there, and I apologize for that. It's at 6:30 at night, 6:30 to 7:30, 3 nights in a row. If you can't attend live, it's recorded. And the day after, so you'll receive an email that gives you'll receive the recording and you'll receive all the information. Okay. So I'd love to have you join me. So please take yourself off mute and have a conversation with me.
Deborah, this has been so helpful. I can't even begin to describe how helpful this is.
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad to hear you say that.
Like a new person just from the beginning of this to the end of this, in terms of just the way I'm breathing, the level of comfort and ease I feel. Just wow, I'm so grateful. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I'll be on this. I'll join.
I would love it if you would. And by the way, if you want to, and this will be in the email. I don't know if I put it in the email. Shoot. Please utilize that code for anybody else in your life.
Okay, absolutely.
If you want to spread the word to your team players, to family members, share that with them.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Please, it's more than okay. And I know it's not in the email, and I right off the bat apologize for that. In order to get this to you in a timely manner with the recording and everything, I've already created the email, so I don't think it's in there.
Yes, no worries.
Okay, so please do share it.
Yes. And Cynthia, thank you for arranging this and for the invitation. Talk about a beneficial subject matter, and that we can all really use. We talk about health and wellness. Oh my gosh.
And Sherry, what did you think?
From here, sorry.
I thought it was great information. I mean, I really feel like I want to try to follow through with this because it's simple. It's not one of these like contortion things. Well, it
Thank
takes,
you for saying that.
it takes long periods of time. It seems like it's achievable.
Yes. Oh, I like that word.
Mhm.
It's achievable. I really like that word. And is Miro and Lisa here, or because they're still muted?
You know, it's interesting. I just heard of Jinsen Jitsu 2 weeks ago. I was in Phoenix, and somebody there who is a practitioner mentioned it, and she showed me the cupping of the thumb because I had an infection in my thumb. I had gotten something in there, and so she showed me that one move, and it felt amazing. And so when you mentioned that, I'm like, oh, I just heard about this. I just learned a little bit.
Yeah, it's a small world.
Small world, yeah.
And Cynthia, what do you think? You're muted, dear.
Yes, it helped a lot. I feel definitely less stress right now. So I feel like a better energy too.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, and recognize everyone that when you feel that kind of better energy, that is the vitality.
Mhm.
That's having a chance to be expressed in your body.
Mhm.
Think of your body as always being in conversation with you, wanting to be in conversation with you. And part of its reciprocity is to give you a sense of vitality, of vibrance, of joy, of laughter, of happiness. It's what it wants,
Mhm.
what it wants. So we still have a Miro or Lisa.
Yes. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Deborah. I'm sorry. I was trying to get the camera to work, but it was just all staticky and I couldn't, and I just got calls. So I'm so sorry. But the exercises were very relaxing, very great. Definitely. I think that, as we're sitting so much in the computer and definitely the exercises, helped a lot. Exercise things that we not exercises, sorry, things that we can do while we're at our desk. So yeah, very helpful. Really loved it so much.
Good. I'm glad you were here. I'm glad you're here. And like I said, if this is just the tip of the iceberg, I have so much more to share with you. And in the workshop, by the way, if you decide to join me, you'll get a more extensive handout, and you'll get extra materials to really learn what you are as an energy body. Okay. So come on board and let's have some fun together. I would love that.
So for everyone, Deborah, if it's okay with you, I'm gonna go ahead and do the raffle.
Okay.
Thank you so very much for everyone to stay until the very end. I have your names here in a cup, and I'm gonna pull up one name. So I will send you an email with the information on how to claim your raffle prize. So I got a number. I will show you. And the winner is Miro.
Oh, thank you.
I will actually see you tomorrow, Miro. So I'm
Yes.
excited to also see your community, and
Mhm.
I'm very excited for everyone that was able to come.
And what is she winning?
In Miro, what you are gonna get is a session with Deborah.
Mm.
Use it for yourself, or you can use it for your team. Which
Oh
I
my gosh.
encourage you to do so, because your team can definitely benefit from some exercise about how to reduce stress.
Yes. We
So
would love that.
It's your choice, but I think anyone can benefit from it. And thank you, Deborah. You've been amazing. And thank you for being so supportive as well to our community.
My pleasure. And do keep in mind that if you and your individual organizations and workplaces, if you would be interested in having a full workplace wellness space for you and your team, and the team can be very expansive to go forward, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I love teaching, as you can tell, and I've done a lot of in-person, but I've done a lot of virtual over the last couple of years. And imagine if a company of 175 people can be online and utilize the information from all facets of their organization, what kind of amazing benefits could be not only received, but noticeable for all of you. And I'd love to have a conversation with you to show you what that's like. And then in addition, when you do go to my website, that'll also be in the email that comes up, and it's deborahmyerswellness.com, DeborahMyers wellness.com. And when you go there, you'll be able to, I forgot hold on, I'm putting it in the chat. You'll have the ability to check out the animated video and see what that's like for kids, but adults love it just as much because we're all kids at heart, right? And you'll also notice when you start investigating my website that there's a school program, and it's for the last year, it's been a virtual, and that's what I have, and that's what's going to stay. It's a program, a package, if you will, that gives a school assembly, a workshop for parents, and a workshop for teachers, and the animated video and ebook for each of the teachers in the school. It's pretty big package it's a big value for the price point. And I'd love to have you check it out. If you know of any school or any organization works with kids who would want to have access to something like that, I'd love to have a conversation with them about that too. So let me know. Stay in touch.
Deborah, there was a question on the chat box, and it says, can you do in person now for presentation?
It depends upon what we are talking about. Where it is, who's there, if we're socially distant, if there's masks, if people are vaccinated. I mean, it's still all up in the air, right? It depends.
Okay.
Depends upon who you are, who the numbers are.
Okay. We've been having some like presenters or seminars outside here in our courtyard. We have a very spacious, large courtyard. And so like for our team, we have monthly meetings, and we've been having presenters come, and so it's outside. We're social distance with our mask. So yeah, that's why I was wondering.
Okay. Well, let's have a conversation about that. Okay, Miro?
Great. Thank you.
And what's your company?
We are Oakmont Gardens,
Uh-huh.
and our address is 301 White Oak Drive,
Mhm.
Santa Rosa, California.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's have that conversation.
Great.
You can
Deborah, I'll
call
send
me.
you her email as well. Her email address, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go. There's my email. All right. Any questions in particular about what we went over? Is there something you'd like to have addressed? I mean, we're still here. If you want to hang on for a few minutes and ask me a question, I'm open. Something that you and your body are dealing with, or someone you know, and you want to get my thoughts?
Have you ever dealt with tinnitus, ringing in the ears?
Tinnitus, yep.
That's,
Yep. It's all right in here. And more often than not, tinnitus also affects sense of balance and harmony, equilibrium. When strong enough, can go to an extreme of dizziness and that kind. Sometimes the ringing is more specific to the tightness in the jaw, right up in here. And sometimes it's about the balance. Sometimes it's a combination. But yes, I've worked with many people. I can never make any guarantees, but I have seen lots of changes happen. Is this someone you know? Okay.
Just in the last
What's that?
predominantly in the last 2 months, it's gotten more noticeable.
Huh. Okay.
And I've had
So
Kaiser a couple times. There's nothing we can do.
Okay. If you'd like to talk to me about that offline, we can definitely do that. We can have a short consult and I can share with you what that might look like. My individual sessions are 90 minutes in length.
Okay.
And whether they're in person or virtual, and right now everything's still virtual. I'm still not opened completely because I work out of my home and I'm just haven't gotten that step yet. But again, everybody I've worked with has gotten great results and with virtual. And so in the 90 minutes, it's not just, it's like receiving hands-on. I know that sounds a little woo-woo maybe, but it's like receiving hands-on. At the same time, I'm giving you self-care guidance.
Right, which is more less.
And you get even more individual treatment in that way.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd love to have an opportunity to share with you what that could look like. Because if I may be so bold, some of it's all caught up in here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's definitely.
Yeah, it's all right here.
Yeah.
And it's been a project that's been coming on for a long time. Yeah.
If I could email you directly, I'll have your email.
Yeah, let's have a chat and see what we can do together.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
don't, the beauty is our bodies don't have to have projects.
That's nice.
They don't have to.
Like
They want to be happy. And we just have to keep showing it what it looks like to be happy.
Yeah.
I just got a note a few days ago from a client who I've been seeing as virtual, of course, and she's long distance. And she said, in a very short period of time, this was just 2 weeks into sessions, she said, my jaw's released, my allergies are improved, and I don't have as many aches and pains, and I'm sleeping better.
There you go. That's
So, hey,
hey.
so I have been in joy with being with you today, and I thank you for the opportunity. Yes, and let's stay connected. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Hello, everyone.
Good to see you, Nero. Sherry, it was good to meet you.
Deborah, for
Thank you.
Profile picture.
Okay, and Sherry, it looked like you were with
Apple, open the Zoom app that you have installed.
Alzheimer's
Change
condition.
profile picture. So this is
Yes, I'm the walk
Okay.
manager for the Sonoma Marin Walk and Alzheimer's.
Wow,
So,
that's a phenomenal foundation. Thank you for
Yeah.
doing what you do.
thank you. Yeah, I have to say it's something I really embrace. So it's really good.
How long have you been with them?
A little over 2 years, but
Okay.
the North Bay staff is phenomenal, and honestly, even the national organization, they're really amazing and caring. This past year, they've been incredible. Not just getting everything off the ground for everybody for needs to make everything virtual, but even to us employees, like making sure everybody had what they need and works from home and no issues and no pressure. They've really been very supportive. So it's been great.
Excellent.
And if you want to start a team, I can put that in the chat. Yeah, we have to change my chat settings here.
There you go. Stephen, who do you work with?
I work with Solstice Senior Living, and we are independent living. We have 115 apartments here in North Santa Rosa.
Are you up off Fountain Grove?
We are, yes, up on
That's-
Barn Boulevard. We can actually look down and see Cynthia's new like holes. We can actually look down from
Hey,
Yeah.
neighbor.
down there to Cynthia.
Yeah.
No, Steve, you should start a team too. I will reach out to you. But really, teams are great. Check out our website.
I
You
will.
know, maybe you want to sponsor us. You know.
We're open to all options. Thank you.
Okay, you'll hear from me, right, Cynthia? He'll hear from me.
Oh, yeah,
There we are.
trust me. You're good, Sherry.
Yeah.
But Deborah, definitely you should start a team too.
Mhm.
So.
Well, It was very nice to see you, everyone. I will be sending you some more link. And then Deborah, thank you once again for everything. And we'll all stay connected and let's love our body and definitely decluttering.
Be good to you.
All right. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye-bye.